I want to understand from you. You have tweeted today virtually suggesting that this is a foreign hand, that there is a foreign hand out there. Do you really seriously believe the foreign hand theory that Hindenburg, that BBC are all engaged in some conspiracy against India?
Rajdeep, you have your right to interpret my tweet or Honorable Vice President's whatever he said. But let me start with Sare Jahan se Achha Hindustan Hamara, where it also says कि कुछ बात है कि हस्ती मिटती नहीं हमारी, सदियों रहा है दुश्मन दौरे जहां हमारा. So the idea was very simple. If you look at around our neighbor, whether it is Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Afghanistan, they are in absolutely bankruptcy. This is the time where a country like India under the Honorable Prime Minister Modi is a rising star. 500 aircraft ordering. It's amazing, it's unheard of. President Biden says that this is where you are going to give us millions of jobs. And this is the time when you try to interpret something in your own way. My tweet says that sinister design has always been there. And that is why Sare Jahan se Achha is read.
No, Mr. Trivedi, whose sinister design? When a senior political leader like you, former union minister, says a sinister design, the vice president uses the word sinister design, you must be more specific. It almost seems as if you're just shooting in the dark, hoping that it will land somewhere.
Rajdeep, if you give me some time,
please,
then I can reply you. Just let's be very cool about it. Nothing is more important to all the citizens, including you and me, is the national security. Why do we have immigration? Why do we have BSF? Why do we have army? To protect our country. So Honorable Vice President, who is a wise man of wisdom, he is telling who? He is telling the National Informative Service probationaries that you have got to be very careful. Things will come. He is not specifying any particular channel or any media or any particular country, but if you want to put words in somebody's mouth and create confusion, that is your prerogative.
Mr. Trivedi, with due regard, sir, you're saying,
Prime Minister.
Sir, you're being disingenuous. This has happened when there has been 3 days of income tax raids on the BBC, when the Hindenburg research report has led some to say that, this is a conspiracy against India. If Mr. Adani has to answer questions, how does it become a conspiracy against India? I fail to understand that this, it almost seems that the government is using what Indira Gandhi used to do in the 1970s.
Can you now give me, because you have invited, so give me some chance to speak, otherwise it's one-way traffic.
Please.
It's very simple. If you're talking about the timing, if you're talking about timing, Rajdeep, please have some trust on our income tax authority. And if there are surveys for 3 days or 4 days or 10 days, you and I, we do not know what it is. The truth has to come out. And if you talk about timing, your heart did not go out just 1 day before Parliament session. First you had what? You had Rafale, you had Pegasus, now you have BBC. Just 1 day before Parliament session, would you not suspect the timing there? But no, you would suspect the income tax survey, as it is called, and they are well within their right. If there is any constitutional provision, BBC has not been banned. BBC reporting, I heard on your channel itself that the BBC reporting is going on. India under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi is very strong, and please understand the Prime Minister need not go through anybody. 130 crore people.
But if it is such a strong country with such a powerful Prime Minister, why are you paranoid about criticism?
They get repeatedly elected.
Sir, Narendra Modi ji is a powerful leader heading a government, but there is a difference between the government of India and the people of India.
But Rajdeep, that is what you feel, that paranoid. BBC is absolutely I don't have to go about what BBC said. I can tell you, even when the riot took place in 2002, Mamata Banerjee has sent us a delegation. And that is the time I spoke to the Honorable Chief Minister, now the Prime Minister, and I was convinced, which I said on the next day on the floor of the Rajya Sabha. Please go and read, if you have time, my speech. I was a TMC member, but still, whatever fact I saw on the ground. And that day I did not know that he is going to become the Prime Minister. The fact is, India is getting very, very strong, Atmanirbhar, and obviously some of the people who are not interested in India, who are otherwise enemies of India. We have to be careful. That is all the narrative, that is all my tweet, because this has been going on.